Welcome back to ESA Winter 21. I am your host, Sporadic Erratic, and we are raising money for Alzheimer Fundin'. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Koei Tecmo Europe, the publisher of Neo 2, the complete edition, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now it's time for ThisGuyAreSick and Ms. Ray running Unravel 2. Take it away.
All right, thank you so much. I'm ThisGuyAreSick. You can just call me Ryan.
I'm Miss Ray. You can call me Ray.
This is Unravel 2, and we're gonna beat it really fast now. So without further ado, I'll count down to time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
So there was an opening cutscene here that you didn't get to see because it takes like 2 minutes to just sit through, which is boring. But the plot of this game is we are yarnies, anthropomorphic little yarn creature things. Don't worry about it, makes sense. And we are shipwrecked on an island, and our ship crashed because the lighthouse at the top of this island is not working. So we got to go fix it. And along the way, we're also gonna like rescue some orphans and stuff. I don't know. I'll point it out when we get there.
There might be a murder. It's fine.
Yeah, at least one. It doesn't matter. The important stuff is that there's a lot of really cool puzzles, and we're going to solve them. Some of them we're not going to solve because we're going to skip them.
Yeah, a lot of them actually.
Most of them.
Yeah.
We have broken this poor little game.
Yeah. Before there, so there's a. We actually already did one. The big tech in this game is called a zoop. So we are both these separate yarnies, but I'm not playing right now because we are merged together, and you can merge from like any distance basically. We call that zooping, but that's not actually intended gameplay. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
Being able to merge and unmerge is intended.
But not from any distance.
Usually only from about an inch away.
And the run before the zoop was discovered used to be like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And now it's an hour and
We've got it down
two?
to just under 102.
So...
And we are, Ray and I are the world record holders, I can talk English, world record holders in this category for both PC and console. And
there's an even more broken category that we do not run.
Yes, this is the no major skips category. The unrestricted any % category can be done in well under an hour because there are whole chapters that get skipped. The game itself is made up of 7 individual chapters. There are also 20 bonus levels you can do. Well, we're not gonna, because we don't have to.
We did just add, as a community, we voted to add 100%, I think, maybe. Or at least we talked about it.
We have talked about it, yeah.
I know we... If we didn't, we should. So that would be all 7 chapters and all 20 bonus levels.
But this is a really great co-op game to play because you can play together or apart as much as you want. So if you happen to be a big-time gamer and you really, really love playing games, speedrunning or casually, whatever, and you have a partner who is not so much big on playing games quickly or casually, you can do, we call it backpacking, as much as you want. So there was a zoop.
Yeah, that was a funny one. Our yarn gets really tangled on that one. Yarn physics is a really fun thing to struggle with in this game, so you just really never know. The yarn that connects us, you just can't be sure if it's gonna cooperate or not at any given moment.
Yup.
But the nice thing about this run is that even if it does get like irreparably tangled, you just reset a checkpoint. There's really good checkpoints throughout the whole game, so it's never a run ender.
Yeah, there are, to the best of our knowledge, somebody knock on wood, please, no game-ending bugs or problems you can run into. There's a couple that will cost you, more than a minute, but nothing massive.
So we're supposed to like build a bridge and push that log, and it takes it's like a 30-second puzzle. And we just don't do it. Look at that.
So, in addition to zooping, which Ray explained is just merging together from any distance you want, we also do a variation of a zoop called a zoop cancel. And this is just killing me right now. Come on, Yarn.
There we go.
Which
I can't do that. So.
Which is essentially you start a zoop, and then you don't finish the zoop. At any point during the flight to the other Yarny, you can cancel, and that allows us additional height as well as additional distance, and we use that to our advantage to get over a number of obstacles.
I think this screen makes us reset more than anything else. If we're trying to PB, I think it happens here. Whee! Cool. Okay. No pressure.
Nah.
Perfect. No complaints from me. I am Blue Yarny, by the way.
Yes, I am the pink one. Alright, we're coming up on the end of Chapter 1 here, and naturally, because it's the end, they put the very hardest skip in it. Here we go! Woohoo! First try!
Yeah.
Alright. That room is supposed to take a really long time because you're supposed to jump in the water, but I don't really feel like swimming. So Ray just got me all the way up to the vines, and that's pretty much Chapter 1. There's still one more screen, but that's basically it. So a chapter that's supposed to take you, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, takes us just over 6.
But again, the real any percent category, I think the record did it in like
58 seconds.
58 seconds.
Yeah.
So
So we've arrived at the lighthouse, and the rest of the game is just the Yarnies working their way up to the top of the lighthouse to try and fix the light.
this is the only cutscene we will actually have to watch.
The majority of the cutscenes following each chapter we're gonna skip by pausing the game, quitting back to the start screen, and then reloading our file, because that is faster than watching the cutscene. We have to watch this one because for whatever reason, quitting and reloading doesn't work for the cutscene after Chapter 1, but they're all just variations of this. Exiting a portal, putting some color into paintings, and then going into the next portal.
Yep, showing you where the next chapter is.
Would this be a good time to talk about an incentive?
Yes, please.
All right, well, I want to remind everybody as you are getting all of those donations in for our lovely charity, Alzheimer Fonden, that we have a lot of incentives and bid wars open. And we have one coming up in just a couple of runs that we are looking to meet. It's the Hilux to any percent watch the final cutscene incentive, and we are looking for $600 for that. We are sitting at $184.50, so we definitely have a ways to go. So when you're getting those donations in, please do remember to click on those incentives. I would definitely like to see more of ESA, and if you would too, please donate.
And I think that's the game being run by RJ, and more RJ is always good. So yes, please meet that incentive. Also, give it up for Keiku running Super Metroid right before us. Keiku's the coolest dude on the block. So here we're seeing, I mentioned the B plot to this game is saving a couple of orphans. Meet our orphan, one of two. They're always going to be these kind of shadowy background figures. And it's a little bit vague and unclear, but what we've sort of pieced together is essentially they are working on escaping from an abusive system. Situation. Orphanage, foster home, group home, hard to say. But they will need our assistance to get to safety over the course of the game. So you'll often see them in the background, and puzzles that we will solve will help them
Progress in their story also.
So you see, we just allowed that window to open, and our friend's friend arrived to bust her out.
Was that like electricity going along the yarn? What just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
most
really exciting.
chapters have like one place where that happens. You both have to like get into your own separate spark, and then it connects in the middle.
Yeah, it's dope. Swag. Yeah.
Nice.
Also, you mentioned the yarn tangling before. Obviously, I haven't seen it because you're both beasts. But
Oh, you will.
how often is that a problem? Is that that's a big deal in this game?
Well, it's not supposed to be a big deal in the game.
Because you're not supposed to be able to do this.
Right. Because it only happens during a zoop. So zoops work, like Ray mentioned, from any distance, but it does require line of sight. If there's any sort of obstacle between you and the other Yarny, and you try and zoop, nothing happens.
But it like flies you up to connect you. So if there's an obstacle up here, sometimes your yarn can get tangled on the collision of that obstacle instead. And you ask if it's a big deal. I kind of want to say yes. A lot of our routing as to where exactly we zoop or don't is really based on, we know we'll tangle here, so we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or we know we'll tangle here, so we can't bunny hop. Bunny hopping's faster, especially on PS4, it's faster. But when you hop, sometimes you flip, and that will make your yarn do weird stuff, and so that makes you more likely to tangle. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the minutia of a really fast run is thinking about tangles.
And you see, we've got these little fiery-looking things that have been introduced. We call them cigarettes. They're the enemies, for lack of a better term, in the game. Don't touch them. Yarn is flammable. Who knew? So I managed to get through that first section, no problem. Every now and then that gets a little bit hairy. If you don't get a really good jump coming out of that cutscene, sometimes you don't get a fast cycle on it. Yarns are also prone to getting wet, so I'm gonna drop you off. Yo, made it over.
Nice.
One of the big things that we deal with is what we call fall damage. If I had gotten hit by that water, I would have been knocked onto the ground, and it takes the Yarny a second or two to recover from that before you can start moving again. If you are merged when you suffer fall damage, it also happens when you just fall from a great height, hence the name. Got it.
Yeah.
If you are merged when you suffer fall damage, unmerging will allow the Yarny who was not in control to proceed onward more quickly. And then, once you get up and shake off the dust.
You can usually just
is that a
back
thing?
up.
Shaking off dust?
Sure,
Is that
why not?
whatever? You can just you can zoop back over.
Anything's
And you don't lose
him
any
if
time
you
that way.
believe hard enough.
So there's our kids taking a moment for themselves.
This is another puzzle that's supposed to take like a solid minute.
Yeah, that bucket that I just jumped over.
We're supposed to use it like twice.
Yeah, it's supposed to be important here, but it's not.
It's not. Whee! Sound effects help.
Sound effects do help.
That is my best tip to new speedrunners. Sound effects help.
Very important part of running this game. They're mandatory.
Would this be a good time for donation?
Yes.
Sure.
I have a $35 donation here from Total Nonsense. It says, "Good luck, this guy and Ray. Excited for yarn, excited
Thank
for
you, Total.
zoops, but most importantly, excited for turkey time."
Yes, turkey time. Okay, so we'll let you know when it comes up. In the next chapter, in chapter 3, there is a global emote in Twitch
For a turkey.
that is a turkey.
When it's time, what that means is it's time for turkeys.
Yeah, much like Goku and the Spirit Bomb, we're gonna need your energy. And by
Bomb.
energy, I mean just please spam the turkey emote. I'll let you know when, but it's coming in the
Bomb.
next chapter.
That bid did go towards the Final Fantasy VII Remake Take the Stairs incentive. That
Of
particular
course it did.
incentive is actually going to make the run marginally slower. Reach this incentive and we'll take the stairs, showcasing hilarious character dialogue. That particular incentive also has a ways to go. We are looking for $750. We're sitting at $505.69. How nice. So please do
please
get
meet
those
that one.
That is
donations
a very, very
in.
funny piece of the game.
Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time, and I was thank you for saving me. I was very pleased with the remake. Actually, I thought it was a great game, and they really did it justice.
That scene is definitely one of my favorites.
And that scene is perfect.
So that was us trying to get rid of some fall damage. That car kind of knocked him over, and every now and then, if I get off at the right time, I can run ahead a step or two.
Okay, we're gonna skip this ladder. Because who needs it?
And we're actually gonna get to this loading scene before it thinks we're allowed to.
Yeah,
so it does kind of a funny thing here.
Whoa!
That's where they put the next room.
Oh, you coming? Oh no!
Oh, sir, you coming? There we go. It's the first cannon we see. We deal with several of these in this next section.
Okay, hang on. Yeah.
I gotcha. This is really how you're supposed to do a lot of this stuff. You're supposed to just hold the yarn and let the other person climb up it.
Yep.
We don't do that very often anymore.
Nope. Yeah, this entire game can be run solo. There is a solo category on the leaderboard for the game. And not even just as like a 1P2C kind of solo.
That's its own separate
Although that is
leaderboard.
That is also a category on the leaderboard.
Free world record if anyone wants to try it.
But you can run this one player, and you control the Arnies individually.
Yeah, you just have to switch which one you're controlling at a time. So it's, obviously slower, but still a good run, actually.
And unfortunately, Zoops do not work.
Yep.
In the solo run, which is very sad to me, because Zoops are what bring me joy in life.
That's true.
The only thing that brings me joy.
That's not true.
I say with my wife
that's
and
not
mother
true.
of my child sitting next to me.
Well, and dog on the couch. Don't let him know, dude. Dang it.
So that's what
Don't
happens
leave
when
the
you touch
dog out.
cigarettes.
Right?
Ralph, I didn't mean
Poor
it, buddy.
dog.
I love you, man.
I can't believe you would say that where he can hear you. I mean, I don't care if I can hear you, but the dog. So I died because the grate there is like net physics, and so if you land on it, it holds you, but then it's also kind of hard to get off of them. It's the downside. So
Boing.
fall damage.
Yeah, so you see, it took the pink Yarny me a little bit of extra time to get up there, but Ray just hopped right off me and was able to go along her merry way. And go.
Yep. Cool. This is almost the end of chapter 2.
Believe it or not, this puzzle we do basically the way you're supposed to do it. It is theoretically possible to do that faster, but I'm convinced that it's 100% luck if you get it. I've never ever gotten it,
No.
so we just don't bother.
I mean, I don't know if it's 100% luck, but at least 50. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's the end of chapter 2.
And that's the end of
for
chapter
us.
2. Once again, if anybody is interested in learning the speedrun, there's a Discord for it. The community's really great. The inventor of the Zoop, discoverer of the Zoop, I guess he didn't invent it, is still active in running the game. He runs both the solo and the co-op route with his partner. And we have a tutorial for the exact route that we're running tonight, actually, posted to YouTube. So if you want to learn it, there is plenty of resources to do so. Here we got our first cutscene, Skip.
And we are free to walk about the lighthouse.
All right, now we move up to the second floor. Chapter 3, to the left.
Alrighty.
To the left, to the left.
So the kids
Oh.
were in the city, and now we're going to be out of the city. We're going to hang out in the forest for a while.
The scenery for this whole game is just gorgeous.
It's so beautiful.
And so is the music. I love this game. I love everything about this game. It was developed by Coldwood Studios and released, I don't know the term, by EA. So you can find it in Origin if you use Origin. It is in Steam now, though, too. That's a fairly recent
But I think
thing.
I think the Steam one just launches Origin though.
That's true. I think Steam just launches the Origin
But
client.
it's also on PlayStation and Switch and Xbox, so it's not a PC exclusive, which is cool.
I was noticing that. This is an exceptionally beautiful game. It's really, really nice to watch.
Yeah, it's just so lovely to look at.
Big swing!
Yeah. And a teddy bear balloon. In case anyone needed just a little bit of happiness on their Thursday night, have a teddy bear balloon just for you.
Yeah, really, really enjoy this chapter and the chapter after. Chapters 3 and 4 are really nice and sweet and just happy.
Things go downhill after that.
Yeah. So soak this in while you still can. 5, 6, and 7 are not.
You've been warned. You've been warned. These are the good 2 chapters.
Would now be an
as a
alright
money
time
leader.
for a donation, y'all?
Yes,
Yeah, go
please.
for it.
All right, we have $25 from Vato, who says, ready to send in all the turkeys I can, and I am going
Yes!
all in on that Take the Stairs incentive. Always take the stairs. Of course, that donation also went towards the Final Fantasy VII Remake Take the Stairs incentive. I do want to remind everybody about that other incentive that we have that is coming up much, much earlier, though please do get the donations in for the Take the Stairs incentive. And that is the Hylix 2 Watch the Final Cutscene incentive. We are still looking to meet that $600 goal to watch the final cutscene. And if you have not seen Hylix 2, it is a trip and a half of a game. I love this description. If you weren't weirded out by the game by the time this run is over, donate to watch the final cutscene and wrap up the whole experience. Hylix 2, there is a lot of, there are just so many things happening. So if you want to make more things happen, we're sitting at $184.50. We definitely we need over $400 to meet that incentive. Please do click on those incentives when you are donating to Alzheimer Fonden.
Okay, so we made it out of the party. And now we're just gonna run through the woods for the rest of the chapter, basically.
You know, every now and then, I miss doing puzzles the right way. And then I'll do a solo run of the game, and I no longer feel that way.
Also, look at that beautiful horse in the background.
That is a majestic
What
horse.
a beautiful horse.
Big antlers.
What a horse.
It's a great horse.
Never seen a horse look so good before. It's definitely a horse.
It's very much a horse. I know what a horse looks like.
And...
Wait, I missed it. What are we debating? That's a horse? What's a
Oh,
horse?
it's actually a moose.
There's no debate. It's a horse. It's a majestic horse with huge antlers.
Wouldn't that be a moose?
Don't tell him.
I mean, I suppose next you're going to tell me birds really exist.
No, birds are government spies. Everyone knows this.
This just got really. I didn't know this game was about espionage.
I think there's like birdsaren'treal.com, right?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't think anybody actually believes it.
Do you run that website,
Okay,
or-
now is the time,
Is that the time?
everyone.
What-
It is time for the turkeys.
It's turkey time?
It is turkey time. We have a
I
command
thought you
set
just
up
said that
in
birds
our
weren't real.
chat
I'm
for
so
this.
confused right now.
Look at the turkey! This turkey is based on a real turkey.
Yeah.
There was a real, like, grouse. Oh no! That attacked a reporter. Like, viciously attacked a reporter out in the middle of the forest. And they were like, that is so absurd.
Yeah, and the developers read that story and thought, well, we have to put that in the
Obviously,
game.
we have to put a turkey in our game. And so now there's a turkey in the game.
Priorities.
And he's definitely trying to eat acrylic yarn, which I don't think is edible.
Sure it is. Anything's edible if you
But he's
believe.
gonna try.
Anything's edible if you're a turkey?
Hope yes.
So you think we're safe now because we got past it.
Nope.
But nope,
There's the turkey.
he's coming back.
Ryan's convinced it's multiple turkeys. Everyone else in the entire community says one turkey.
Yeah, well, everyone else is wrong.
Oh,
There's
turkey.
clearly a different turkey.
Turkey
so
debate.
I'll leave it up to you to decide what you think.
Turkey drama.
Turkey drama, yeah. No, it's not really drama. It's only Ryan who thinks this. We're happy to tell him he's wrong as many times as we need. Anyway, the kids are running away from the turkey also. In the background there.
Who knows why?
I
don't
mean, have
imagine
you
the turkey
seen a
plays
turkey? They
anywhere
are not
right
small birds.
No, they're not
The
small at
turkey
all.
is like angry at you. People think a goose is the only bird that you need to run from. Nope.
Swans also.
Those
Stay
turkeys.
away from swans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Those are some
Swans
angry
are
birds.
vicious.
Yeah.
This has become an Angry Birds stream, but not the kind that you're thinking, which is talking about the angriest birds.
Well, this is definitely up there as one of the angriest.
A
We
bye bird.
escaped. We're safe. We're safe.
And
Everything's fine. We're
that's chapter 3.
safe. Thank you for the turkey energy.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm almost a little sad we didn't get one turkey death. I mean, I'm not, because it takes a really long time, but getting eaten is a really fun animation. Whack.
There's still time.
It's not over yet. Well, the turkey is. But there are more formidable opponents in our future.
Again, we have an argument about this. Which one's more formidable?
Probably the turkey.
There's another animal coming. And I don't think that most people would assume that it's worse than a turkey.
Well, most
Worse
people
than an
aren't.
antler horse?
No.
Dude, if you want to talk about how big animals are, moose.
Well,
The real question is, how big are the Yarnies? I'm convinced the Yarnies are not one set size.
I think they change size.
Yeah, I think we are however big we need to be.
do they change in relationship to the animals that you'll be fighting later on?
I mean, not that you ever notice, but like, I don't know. Either some of these trees are really small, or there's a factory that we break into later on that's like the biggest factory I've ever seen. One of the, like, or their size is conditional.
I think their size is conditional, personally.
Whew, okay.
Okay, this is one of the things we are the absolute worst at.
No. Can you still zoom?
No, nope. This is what a tangle looks like.
Yep,
for
this
those
is a
of you who
tangle.
are
Oh,
curious.
we're good.
It did resolve itself. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, nope. Okay, hold on. We can do this. We can totally do this. Ryan's really bad at canceling. Is what happens there.
That is the
That's
one.
the only one he does.
It's the one zoop cancel in the entire game that I have to do, and boy, it goes south sometimes.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's a reason Ray does all of them. We haven't figured out a good way
To do that with only one?
that quickly without me having to do it.
Cool. Okay. That one scares me. I can't see where I'm supposed to send him.
So that was a massive skip that we just did. There's a whole nother screen to our right that we're just
Like,
never gonna see.
Under these trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's supposed to be stuff down there that we do.
Yeah, we skipped like 2 whole puzzles.
What are the kids doing right now?
Just chilling. Chillaxing.
There's a
Relaxing.
little sparkly thing there in the corner. Those are the collectibles? There are a whole bunch of...
You coming or what?
No, apparently not. There are a whole bunch of collectibles in every chapter that you can look for. And that would be part of a 100% run also, but we ignore them deeply. However, if you are really into 100%ing things, the more collectibles you find, the more of the paintings that are revealed in the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're really interested in kind of getting as much story as you can, it's definitely worth it to take your time in your casual and try and find them.
Nailed
Okay.
it.
There's the kids.
Doo-doo.
They match our colors, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a nice thing, because you can change your Yarny colors, which we do. We always run as non-default colors. And the teenager's clothing will match your color, which is a nice little
Detail.
Thank you. I couldn't find that word.
It's fine. Words are hard.
There was just a mini cutscene skip that we did. There was
Like a tree stump
A
there.
tree stump. Thank you. Again, words are hard. That we flew over. If you touch that stump, you trigger a cutscene.
Good swing.
Yeah. And cutscenes take time, so we don't want to watch them.
Even when they're short.
And you don't miss any plot, because it's literally just some birds flying overhead, which is pretty, but...
Confirm
we're
birds
about
are
to
real.
meet our next nemesis.
How do y'all feel about a donation right now?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I have a $5 donation from Dowlin21 who says, this donation is for Hunter the Hill King in chat. Don't worry, we got this.
Thank you so much.
Kids are skipping stones. I'm just so happy for the kids in this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a single bad moment in this one chapter. They get to just be happy by a lake at sunset. I wanted to do that. That sounds so nice.
Who doesn't want to do that?
Right?
Sounds lovely.
Okay, here we go.
You know,
Okay. We're
in
gonna
your yarn,
skip
you
our
don't have to
initial
worry
meeting
about
with this
mosquitoes.
fish. We're supposed to wake that fish up there. We're not gonna do it. Unfortunately, he catches up to us anyway.
Yeah, this fish is real hungry. And unfortunately for us, I think this fish is smarter than the turkey.
That might be true. He might be smarter. If you're basing formidable on smart, he might be smarter.
And I don't know if you know this, but yarn can't swim.
Yarn can swim, but very badly.
I'm not even gonna go for it.
You had it.
I did have it, but I
You
didn't.
had it.
I wasn't gonna
Anyway,
tempt fate.
we killed the fish.
Yeah, I think we may have just killed that fish.
We killed the fish. Sorry.
Fish had it coming. Yeah, now our kids are just swimming in the background, taking a break.
So nice.
Be nice to just stay here forever.
Yeah, this is the last lovely chapter of the game. So I hope you've enjoyed it. We're gonna do one last little puzzle here and get out of this boathouse. Hopefully. Just barely get enough height sometimes. There we
Got it.
go.
Third try's not bad on that,
Yeah.
actually.
I know there's like a minute-long cutscene here, so if we have more incentives or donations or whatever you want to talk about, this is a good time for it. Just watch these kids hang out on the lake.
I would definitely love to talk about some of the awesome prizes that we have available for donators. If you get in a minimum donation of $25, you are entered into the drawing to win a ViewSonic Elite XG270 monitor. Up that to $35, and you're also entered into the drawing to win the ViewSonic VX27582KP MHD monitor. Now that's cumulative, so that means if you manage to donate up to $25 or $35 over the course of the entire marathon, you will be entered into the drawing to win one of those amazing monitors. So please do get those donations in for Alzheimer Foundation.
Now, I work in IT as my day job, and if there's one thing that I've learned working in IT is that the more numbers and letters are in the name of a thing, the better the thing is.
So that must be a nice monitor.
So that must be a really nice monitor.
Right? Very impressive monitor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 letters and numbers in the name.
That's
Doesn't get
wild.
much more exciting than that, folks.
I like to play a little mini game with myself to see if I can fling myself off of the elevator platform.
You always win that game.
I know. That's why I like playing it. Because I always win.
You're such a nerd.
Okay, are we doing box skip?
That's
Yeah.
up to you, fam.
Yeah, we're doing box skip.
Are you doing we? What is this we?
So, yeah, I mentioned chapters 3 and 4, nice, delightful, wholesome. It is already a very, very different mood.
You can see there in the background, the two little birds are supposed to represent our kids, and the big, scary birds are the scary adults, and they're just feeling very, like, pinned in.
So, I have a question. Look, I know we're rooting for the kids, obviously, but, like, why climb this fence? You know you're not supposed to be here.
Also, why climb the fence when there's literally an entryway right here? I mean, that's my question. But also,
There's
yes,
just-
why are you breaking into a factory?
There's one or two moments during this game that just kind of make you think to yourself, are we the baddies? And I'm not sure that the answer is no.
I mean, the better question is why not climb the fence? And obviously it's there. Like, why else would they put a fence there?
Maybe that's true. Our fence is just made to be climbed.
Fence,
Yes,
my
made it.
opinion.
That's a one. Lots of cigarette death.
Yeah,
options here.
that cigarette I just jumped over has like, I don't know, an 80% kill rate.
That's
almost always it gets me.
And there actually is a way to go over it, but that would be technically out of bounds, so we can't do it. So we see one of our kids getting caught. And honestly, can't blame this adult.
Right? Like,
If
why
I
are there
worked-
kids here?
If I worked in a factory that was full of as much fire as you will see this one is full of, I would also take that child to the office and lock him in.
Yeah.
Although, why is the factory full of so much fire?
Is your factory not? Ah, darn, didn't make it.
I mean, what do they make in the factory? Do they make fire? If so, they're doing a great job.
I mean, as near as I can tell, they make boxes.
No, there's something that goes in the boxes. you
Fire.
use, but they might just be
Fire.
fire, honestly. Like fire and acid, yes.
Chaos.
There's some big pipes, but I don't know what they use them for.
I mean, that would be really impressive, actually, if they're able to ship fire in cardboard boxes. It's a really impressive
Would be
factory.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, if you like fire,
You'll like this chapter.
yeah, and you'll really like the
You
next
like
chapter.
fire?
That's true. Yeah, the next chapter is a lot of fire also.
I mean, I was a Boy Scout, so you know I like fire. I think that's a prerequisite for joining the Boy Scouts.
Is that on the intake form? Ah.
Oh no, and I missed.
No. Was it worth it?
No.
He's trying to be fancy over here. Like, why?
Why does that exist?
Why does this fire exist? How is this
Fire
safe?
factory.
How
We've been over
OSHA?
this.
Right? But
You're doing a great job. You're making so much fire.
You know what? That's what they make. That's what they make in this factory. They manufacture OSHA violations.
oh, do you think OSHA runs it just to keep themselves in business?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. We are uncovering like a major OSHA conspiracy right now.
Join ESA Winter 2021 for the deepest conspiracy theories.
Birds aren't real. OSHA lies. I don't believe any of this.
Yeah, OSHA, if you're watching this, I love you.
Both of my parents work in food production. I believe in OSHA deeply.
I don't know.
But like, what is this room? Someone tell me what is this room?
I don't know why OSHA would be watching a speedrunning marathon.
I
but,
don't either.
You know, stranger things have happened.
I mean,
So
it's
here's
pretty exciting. Why wouldn't they be watching it?
Right? Here's a big long puzzle that we're just not gonna do.
That was, for a long time, that was the white whale. That skip right there.
Yep.
Because not only is it a long puzzle, it's a puzzle that's full of death.
What even is this room? What possible purpose could this room serve?
Literally none.
And like, I get it, we're tiny, so like people aren't meant to see this, but doesn't matter. It shouldn't exist. Don't get squished. Don't get squished again. Yeah.
Nice.
Don't get squished a third time.
Fully squishing is over.
For now. Okie dokie.
Okay.
So far,
I'm
so
not
good.
playing any of this, but
Yeah.
again, as
There's
a
a-
reminder, if your significant other or sister or brother or whoever you want to play with doesn't really think they're very good at video games, you don't have to be. It's great. I love it.
What's funny is that implies I am good at video games, which is a lie.
I would have fallen to my death, so it's fine.
Yeah, there's two kind of schools of thought with this game. You can run separate, as much as possible, and that allows you to cover for each other's mistakes. If somebody falls behind or misses a,
You just zoop up.
yeah,
and
you just
make up the time.
you zoop up. But sometimes you can't zoop up because you risk a tangle or something along those lines.
And then you waste time L-ing or waiting or...
So it's sort of a double-edged sword in that sense.
So for my mental health, this is the choice I have made.
Oh, I just fell into the fire.
Did you see the Yarny ghost?
Oh no, it backed me all the way up there.
You hadn't touched the ground in the middle.
Oh no. Well, that stinks.
Rip run, reset. We have time for a reset.
Oh, totally. We're only, 35 minutes in?
I didn't even have no idea.
You are 38 minutes in. So you're very close. With status. This would be a good time to talk about the charity.
Time's made up. It's fine.
Yeah, time and construct.
Alzheimerfonden is the Swedish national fundraising organization focused on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. Their aim and purpose is to increase fundraising to the benefit of scientific research in order to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimerfonden enables training for caregivers on the subject of dementia. They also organize projects, camps, and events for youngsters affected in different ways due to parents or other relatives diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Okay, I gave box skip 2 shots and didn't get it. So it is possible to land on the outer lip of this box here and land in the box in front of you, and it saves, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds. If you miss it, it is super not worth doing, but it's fun. So we went for it.
We.
I see, pinning it all on me.
Yeah. I would like to know who builds a box like this. They tape it and then they put the side on it. There's no side on that box yet. Now there's a side on that box.
I mean, they haven't finished yet.
But,
This is a factory. You know, they need some extra time to put the box together.
The physics of it make no sense.
It makes sense to me. So you see in the background here, one of our teens getting locked in the office. Again, probably the responsible thing to do.
Yeah. But we're gonna set him free anyway. I don't know why.
And by set them free, we mean
Destroy the factory.
bring this whole building down.
Yes. We couldn't think of a better way to do it, so we said, burn it to the ground.
I was gonna say, do you do
Our
it
fault.
with
We're tiny,
fire?
we can open doors.
Basically, just let the fire out of the boxes.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's not what we do.
Okay. Here's another hard one. No, that wasn't it. I have to get him, the steam knocks him down, as you just saw. And I have to get him over it, high enough that he gets over it, but not so high that he can't grab the thing he's supposed to grab over on the right.
This one usually takes 3, 4, 5 attempts, and is still fast. Got it. Is still faster than the intended solution. So I'm happy to take as many shots at that as is needed. And yeah, for some reason there's a lever in this factory
that just self-destructs.
that is tantamount to a self-destruct button. Why? I don't know.
Why not?
I mean, every good factory has a self-destruct button / lever. Otherwise, what are you even doing? Taking it back?
Exactly.
I saved your life.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Ah.
No bounce.
And that right there, I think, might be the only legitimate piece of RNG in the entire game. As you're falling down that chute there, every now and then you'll knock against the left wall, and it gives you a good bounce to the right, which just, gives you a better starting point when we start
Saves
running
you
again.
a whole half a second.
Yeah, it saves you a whole half a second, which is very important. Not
yet. It might be someday. We're getting close to that sub-hour. It'll be important then.
It's true.
Now be a good time for a donation?
Yes.
I have a $5 donation here from Riles who says, I'll donate another $20 for a first try firewalk in Chapter 6.
Oh man, pressure's on.
And
that would be my
go
my
ahead.
younger brother, who also
Who invented firewalking?
I don't think he invented it. I think he may have invented the solo version of it. So my younger brother runs this game, but he runs it solo because he has no friends.
That's not true. Be nice to your brother.
And there is in the next chapter, there's probably the most difficult skip in the entire game. We call it log roll skip or firewalking. Well, you'll know it when you see it. But Riles, to the best of my knowledge, is the only person capable of doing it while running solo.
It's incredible.
It's really, really hard. We will try and get it first time. I make no promises.
That donation also went to the incentive, the Final Fantasy VII Remake any percent take the stairs incentive.
Of course it did. 'Cause Riles
Which
has
is
good taste.
now sitting at $570.69 out of the $750 we're looking for. So we need a little under $200 to reach that incentive. I will remind you all again that coming up much, much earlier than that one is the Hylix run. That's coming up in just a couple of runs. The Hylix, we have an incentive to watch the final cutscene, and that has much further to go. We're sitting at 184.50 out of 600 to watch that final cutscene. So please do get those donations in for the Hylix 2 incentive. Thank you.
Alright, this is like the loudest part of the game. So if you're a headphones wearer...
What a loud warning.
Now I think you're safe.
I'd like to know where this forklift came from. Does anyone know?
Wait, we were on it. I don't know why pulling the switch made the forklift move, though.
Yeah, the only other forklift we saw, we ran into a brick wall.
Yeah. It's fine.
I don't see the forklift going through there.
Don't worry about it, it's fine. It's a factory. They have multiple forklifts.
That's fair.
Alright, that was chapter 5.
Yep, 5 down, 2 to go.
Lots of fire coming up.
So much fire.
Remember when we were just at a lake, skipping stones? It was so nice.
We're about to really disappoint Smokey the Bear. Like so much.
Yeah, you see there are some pictures in the background there. Those are the ones that I said the collectibles, like, show you more of them. And give you more color, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you want to speedrun this, but you want to do it casually first, may I suggest running it casually on slot 2? Since we go back to the start screen, we always run in slot 1 because it's fastest to mash through. So if you want a fully, like, 100% file to practice in, I would say don't do it in slot 1.
Yeah, we always, anytime we speedrun this, we run it in a clean file on save slot 1, because when you quit and reload, I can just mash straight through without needing to worry about, pressing down one time on the D-pad. Oh, that was weird. Will you please zoop? Thank you.
There we go. Okay,
Silly Ernie.
I can do this.
Yeah, you can.
It's kind of a newer...
Nailed it.
Pretty new skip there. The community just keeps finding new ways to use zoops, basically.
And it's awesome. So we have a whole bunch of logs behind us and some big machinery, and then an electric fence that appears to be hooked up to a car battery.
I'm gonna hit the electric fence. It's not a valid run if you don't.
Now, Ray and I are going to get really, really far apart. The reason is there is a cutscene trigger
Somewhere in
that
here.
I'm about to walk past right now. But it takes both of us to trigger the cutscene, so Ray just flew right over it, and we skipped the cutscene. The cutscene explains why the entire forest is about to go up in flames. I haven't seen it in so long, so you see now there's fire behind us. I haven't seen the cutscene in so long, I honestly don't remember what happened.
I don't think it's our fault.
It might be our fault.
I don't think it's
know
our
for
fault.
sure.
I don't even think it's the kids' fault. I think the truck just, like, the back of the truck breaks and the logs fall out and run into the fence.
We'll go with that,
I think it's what happened.
because that means it's not our fault. So I like that. I like that version of the story.
I think that's the one thing in this game that is, like, fully not us.
Nice.
So the rest of this chapter is just chaos.
Yeah, so much fire. Which, again, Boy Scout, so I'm into it.
Untie your outfit. And then I'll just L up. It'll be fine.
Okay.
There we go. See? No problem. Thinking on the fly.
Yeah.
These cigarettes that chase us under here, every now and then you'll see like little green mushrooms. Those keep you safe from the cigarettes.
Yeah, if you hide in the glowing green mushroom moss stuff, The cigarettes can't see you. But hiding is slow, so we don't do it.
But casually, I did not realize at all that that was the case. So if you want to play this, just so you know, stand right there, you'll be safe.
Yep. Safety is overrated. I live for danger.
It's not true. My theory as a speedrunner is that fast strats are the safe strats. I don't know. Yes. Cool.
How would y'all feel about a donation right now?
Sounds great.
I have a donation here from the Green Machine for $19.49, who says, lost my kind, smart, brave, amazing father to dementia 8 years ago coming up this October. He loved video games and is the reason I got into gaming in the first place. Love you, Dad. I'll always miss you. I hope one day people are no longer affected by this horrible disease. Thank you so much for your donation, Green Machine.
Thank you.
Yeah, Alzheimer's is the worst. I lost a grandparent to it, so I'm all for raising money for Alzheimer's.
Yes,
research.
please.
Nice job, Paper.
All right, so in this section of the chapter, it is necessary to step on this the hot ground. It's just
Like coals.
coals, basically. You can only step on it twice, which means bunny hopping, as we have been doing the entire time, becomes mandatory. Because you can hop, and then if you land a third time, you die. Now, that's a very, very important rule that we're about to break.
Because remember also, when we are talking about fall damage, the person in control gets hurt, but the other person doesn't. It's also true in fire. I made it! Oh, I made it! You didn't make it, but I made it. Riles, does that count? I touched the log.
Darn it! So this is the firewalking that Riles referenced in his donation.
So basically the idea is that we can each touch twice while in charge. And then Ryan has to get onto me, and now I'm in charge.
And it is not going well today.
I don't know, dude. You want to just roll the log?
Yep, rolling the log.
It's time.
Nah, I'll do one more.
Oh. Took my hands off the controller. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, dang it. Okay, we're rolling the log.
Roll the log.
So this is how you're supposed to solve this puzzle. Boo.
Sorry. Sorry, Riles, we let you down.
The timing is...
One of us let you down.
The timing is really, really, really difficult on that. So you have to... Ray may have already explained this. I don't know. I was spacing out.
You were very worried about the skip.
Yes. You have to switch places in midair after your second hop. And you have to spend as much time as possible in the air to cool off the Yarny. And you have to spend the exact right amount of time on the coals
To not burn. But also give the other person time to cool off the Yarny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a disaster.
And the best part is, when you run this game on a console instead of on PC, movement physics is just a little bit different.
We think it might be tied to frame rate, but we're actually not sure.
We're not entirely sure why. But what that means... That was weird.
Too fast.
Yeah, too fast. What that means is learning how to firewalk
is different
on PC and console. So anytime we're in practice on one of the platforms, we can't do that skip on the other platform because we've learned the timing. And then we have to unlearn it and relearn it. It's great, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, movement is actually faster on PS4 than it is on PC. There we go.
Yeah, it's interesting. Most games that are available on multiple platforms, you assume that PC is the fastest possible platform because PCs have the fastest loading times of any platform. And that is true here. The loading times on PC are faster than any other platform. I assume it's faster than PS5. I don't think anyone's actually done a run on a PS5 yet. But the movement physics are faster on the consoles than they are on PC.
So much faster on PS4 that our PS4 time is always faster than our PC time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've guesstimated it at about a 2.5 minute difference. The exact same run done on a PC, and we have a PS4 Pro with a solid state drive installed, is about 2.5 minutes faster on the PS4 Pro. It is that big a difference.
Yep. I got it. We're good. We're nearing the end of the fire.
No, we're not.
Well,
we're nearing the
forest
end.
Fire.
We're nearing the end of being outside.
Yeah, we're nearing the end of the forest fire.
The fire factory's doing an amazing job.
Oh, there's another horse.
Look at that horse.
Hey, horse.
Beautiful horse. Don't worry, we will see some moose.
Yeah. Yeah, there are also moose in this game.
So there are horses.
As
stuck
opposed
in
to
this
antler
barn,
horse.
and our kids are trying to save them. We just saw them kind of pulling at the door, but the door is locked shut. So we're gonna break in through the hayloft, and we're gonna go save the horses. Moose.
Okay, real talk, I didn't actually see the moose when I guessed moose earlier when you talked about an antler horse. I just said moose. Now I finally saw the moose.
That's very funny. Oh. So now we're in a burning barn.
Oh, so close.
So close. Which obviously is a bad idea. And this is actually, I had forgotten how much of this barn burns down around you.
All of it?
Well, if you go slower, because we move through everything pretty fast, so the fire never really has time to catch up. But if you play this kind of casually and you're still having to figure things out, the fire is not patient with you.
No, it's really nipping at your heels.
Mm-hmm. So there's the moose that we're gonna save.
And that's pretty much the end of chapter 6. I still have to walk into another room, but I can't die while doing it.
Yeah.
So
So if you need to read anything else, inform the people of anything else, this could be a good time for it.
I would love to talk a little bit more about Alzheimer-Fonden. The World Health Organization, WHO, classifies dementia as one of the world's greatest health problems. Just over 47 million people are affected. It's estimated the number of dementia diseases in the world will have tripled up to 2050. Thanks to gifts and wills from private individuals and companies, Alzheimer-Fonden was able to distribute almost 30 million Swedish crowns last year. Even still, the money is not enough to be able to support all important projects that lie ahead. The Alzheimer Fund could only grant about 19% of the funds applied for. So your donations here are making a huge difference. Please do get those donations in for Alzheimer Fonden. And as you do, don't forget about our incentives. Of course, the most pressing one that we have is for the run that is only a couple runs away to watch the final cutscene in Hylix 2. We are looking for $600 for that, and we are sitting at $184.50. So definitely have a ways to go. Please click on that particular incentive when you are donating. Thank you so much.
So at this point, this is the final chapter. This is chapter 7. We've reached the top of the lighthouse. At this point, the game developers thought to themselves, you know, the player has spent the last, well, for us, 57 minutes going left to right. Let's change that, because we're mean.
Why not?
But we only have to do it for
Half.
we only have to do it for half the chapter.
And then it goes back to the right again.
Yeah, but it does other stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
So the first half of this chapter moves right to left, just, you know, because it can, I guess. The second half of the chapter introduces a brand new movement mechanic that we've never seen before and we'll never see again. Also, there's a tiny little snack. Hi, snack.
Once again, the children are going to break in somewhere they should not be going.
Yeah, what are they doing? Why are we doing this, children? I mean, I'm with you, because apparently we're ride or die Yarnies, but I don't know why. Why does this room exist?
It's not a valid run if he doesn't ask that question.
I mean,
He's very upset about
I feel like
that
it's a
room.
valid question. I just took 6 steps to the left, and that was it. That's the entire room. There's no puzzles. There's nothing to do.
It's for ambiance.
I guess.
We don't do a single puzzle in this game, in this chapter.
Nope.
I mean, we get to the end of them, but we don't do any of them correctly.
That one that we just skipped,
That's
we call...
not true. We do the next one correctly.
We call that last one Clockwork Puzzle. And Ray mentioned that there was a puzzle in Chapter 5 that was the White Whale. After we figured out the Chapter 5 skip, the Clockwork Puzzle became the White Whale. And it was a very big whale. And I'm so happy that we found a skip for it. We actually found a sort of pseudo-skip that we used for a long time that was slower than the intended solution.
And we still did it.
We still did it because that's how much we hated doing the intended solution. It's an awful puzzle. It's just mean. But now we skip the entire thing, which is great.
Pretty much. We're gonna skip all of this one. Over.
Now be a good time for a donation?
Yes.
All right, I have another $25 here from Riles, who says, how about 5 for each death while you tried it? Congrats on the ESA run.
Thanks, Riles. I appreciate it, man.
Close enough.
Okay, we're coming up on the end of the interior. Whoa. The interior portion of this chapter. We'll see. Pull these levers and...
I think we're gonna get rapids.
Yeah, okay, now we have the rapid section.
We do have weird music.
Yeah, there's supposed to be triumphant, happy music right now, but because we have just broken this poor game, probably more than half the time, it just continues playing the weird, ominous, creepy music. So it's going to be a little bit nonsensical. That's not the word I wanted to use, but words are hard.
It doesn't really match what the picture looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
So now he said it gives you a new mechanic. Now we can double jump. For the last 5 minutes of the game, we can double jump.
This is the very last portion of the game, and it's just go through the rapids as fast as you can, and try not to die.
Yeah, there's no more puzzles. It's just use the double jump and don't burn to death.
Mm-hmm. And it's actually really hard, so I'm going to be quiet for the next few minutes.
You say don't burn to death in the
there's
water?
fire in the water.
Okay. The
game's just full of fire. What can we say? See fire in the water. It's just everywhere.
It's impressive.
There's also, everywhere up to this point, we've had like attachment points that we can grab onto and swing, and now we have these ribbons. So you can grab anywhere on that little ribbon and it'll swing you. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can like trigger across it and it'll make you go super fast, but it's a little hard to be in control of, so Ryan does not do that.
Would now be a good time to talk about the prizes that we have available for our donors. We have 2 amazing prizes this time. For a minimum donation of $25, you can be entered into the drawing to win a ViewSonic Elite XG270 monitor. And for only $35, you will also be entered into the drawing for the ViewSonic VX27582KP MHD monitor. Both really amazing monitors. So do get those donations in, and remember that they're cumulative. So if you donate up to $25 or $35 over the course of the marathon, you will be entered into the drawing to win those monitors. If there's some more time, I'd be happy to talk about the charity.
Do it.
All right. Well, the goal of Alzheimer Fonden is to be an important research financier in this work. In the absence of effective medicines, it's important to research the best preventative measures for Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's is a progressive disease where dementia symptoms gradually worsen over several years. In the early stages, memory loss is mild, but with late-stage Alzheimer's, individuals lose the ability to carry on a conversation and respond to their environment. Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. On average, a person with Alzheimer's lives 4 to 8 years after diagnosis, but can live as long as 20 years, depending on other factors. Alzheimer's has no current cure. but treatments for symptoms are available and research continues. Though current treatments cannot stop Alzheimer's from progressing, they can temporarily slow the worsening of dementia symptoms and improve quality of life for those with Alzheimer's and their caregivers. Please do get those donations and for Alzheimer's funding. Thank you.
As we've been going down the rapids, you can see behind us, that's the party that we were at the beginning of chapter 3. So we kind of went past the swans and the boathouse in chapter 4, and working our way backwards through the game, basically, to get back to the city, essentially. I'm not really sure what's going to happen to the kids when we get back. I assume there is some sort of happy ending for them. But basically, we're helping them get back home. We've only died a couple times, it's fine. Remember, sir. Water's fine.
I was gonna say I was reading donations. Did you catch on fire in the water?
We did.
No, I don't think we've had a death.
Skills.
In
Did
the
we have
water?
one? Did we have one? Okay.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Time is coming up really soon. We're gonna pass through a gate.
Like a fence into a bridge.
Yeah, at the end of this screen, and as soon as we do,
Right
it is
there.
time. Whew.
Made an underestimate.
GG's.
Yeah, and now there's cutscenes showing the children arriving back in the town that we went through in chapter 2, and presumably finding happiness. That's what I'm gonna assume. And then there's a further cutscene that we do not have to stick around and watch if you don't want to, showing the Yarnies reaching the top of the lighthouse, fixing the lighthouse, banishing all of the smoke monsters that are there.
And then there's a really nice quote about how love is what connects us and friendship, and we can help each other through all of our dark times. So it really is a very lovely game, despite all of our jokes about all of the fire.
Y'all might be excited to know that you finished this game exactly on estimate.
Nice.
Those are skills right there.
It was on purpose. It was so every death was calculated.
Yes.
Of course it was.
It was all RNG manipulations.
Well done. Well done.
Oh man. I would, if just really quickly, I mentioned if you are interested in learning this game, there's a Discord for it. Please join the Discord. It's a great community. We have a YouTube tutorial that you can watch if you'd like. It's just under my Twitch username.
It's also linked on the SRC.
It's also on the speedrun.com page for this game under the guys section. So yeah, please come join us. It's a great game. It's a great game to play by yourself with a loved one. It's awesome, and we would love to see more people running it because it's fantastic, and I love it, and it's very near and dear to my heart.
I'm so glad we got to show it to you all.
And thank you, ESA, for having us, and for such a wonderful cause that you're raising money for. And yeah, that's been us. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, ThisGuyAreSick and Ms. Ray, for that incredible Unravel 2 run. We had a donation come in at just the last minute, the end of the run, from Dowlin21 for $5, saying, "Together we are strong."
Thank
Very
you so
nice.
much.
Thank you, Dowlin21. So we are going to be heading into a short intermission, and then coming up on deck, we have Black Belt King of Ninja with the B-Movie game.
Nice. I love it.